In almost every action we make today, we use energy and electricity. The world's energy consumption has increased exponentially in the past decades and shows no signs of ending anytime soon. Each source has its benefits and drawbacks, but some distinguish themselves above the rest, and that is what this analysis strives to achieve. 4 key areas were chosen in which to grade each energy production method to judge its viability. These areas include safety, efficiency, reliability, and environmental impact. There are a few sources which stand out as the most reasonable options. These include coal, oil, natural gas, nuclear, solar, wind, and hydro. One of the most crucial components to any power plant is its safety. Non-renewable sources such as coal, oil, and natural gas cause on average 15 times more deaths than renewable sources every year. Yet, contrary to popular belief, nuclear reactors appear to be the safest option. Studies at Cornell University have also shown that up to 40% of deaths worldwide are caused by pollution, primarily that caused by fossil fuel plants. It may be surprising to see relatively high numbers for sources such as hydro, wind, and solar, since they produce no pollution while generating electricity. These deaths mostly result from deaths in construction and maintenance, as well as dam failures, which can be catastrophic in larger installments. Despite this, it is clear that renewable energies possess a significant advantage in the category of safety. However, nuclear distinguishes itself above others, being responsible for only 0.06% of the total deaths per terawatt hour. The efficiency of different power plants is another key component when determining which is best. The more efficient a power plant is, the less it will waste precious energy that otherwise would be put to use. The data shows 2 clear standout outliers above the rest: hydroelectricity and solar energy. Since hydroelectric dams use water as fuel, they will never run out of fuel. The only little energy loss is due to friction between the metal components, such as the turbine being spun by the water. The other outlier is solar, with a median of only 14.5%. The problem is that solar panels are still in the very early stages of development, but are constantly improving every day. Similar to solar panels, nuclear power plants are also relatively new, and are still being developed and improved on consistently. This is evident from the difference between the median of 33% and the maximum of 48%. In the near future, more of these, now rare, higher efficiency reactors will be built and drastically increase their efficiency. This trend is true for all renewable energies, which will continue increasing efficiencies as more research is conducted. On the other hand, fossil fuel plants such as coal are on the decline. This graph shows the increase in megawatts of energy produced by coal power plants over the last 20 years. Continuing the current trend into the future will show a constant diminution of energy production from coal power plants in the near future. The key word to remember when discussing reliability of a power plant is their capacity. The capacity factor shows how often the power plant is producing energy at its maximum power. The closer the capacity factor is to 100%, the more often a given power plant is producing energy which can be used and distributed. Nuclear power plants are producing energy and maximum power on average 2 times more than coal and gas, as well as over 4 times more than wind and solar. This difference can have enormous impacts. For example, if you were to replace a 1 gigawatt nuclear power plant with a 1 gigawatt solar farm, you would actually need 3 or 4 equally powerful solar farms to produce the same amount of energy due to the capacity factor difference. The reason nuclear reactors have such high capacity factors is because they are designed to run for years without maintenance or human interaction. They are typically refueled every 2 years instead of the constant refueling needed for coal power plants. Reactors are also designed to run for decades self-sufficiently without any need for human interactions. Renewable energies are also limited by their fuel. Lack of sun at night or clouds for solar, or a slower current for hydro can result in drastically different energy productions from day to day. In the United States in 2020, energy production resulted in over 32% of all carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere. Within this figure, coal is responsible for 54%, making it the most environmentally damaging of all sources of energy. Nuclear, solar, wind, and hydroelectricity all produce no carbon dioxide while producing energy. However, they do produce some greenhouse gas emissions during construction and sourcing of materials. However, these greenhouse gases are negligible in comparison to the 1,466 million metric tons of carbon dioxide emitted during the operation of fossil fuel plants each year. After collecting and analyzing all of the data, it is clear that some sources have distinct advantages over others. Nuclear energy triumphs in 3 of the 4 categories, including safety, reliability, and environmental friendliness. With constant improvements in efficiency already shown in the box and whisker diagram, it is only a matter of time before nuclear energy becomes competitive, if not equally efficient, as hydroelectricity. For these reasons, I choose nuclear energy as a superior source of energy and believe it will become humanity's main form of generating energy in the near future. In almost every action we make today,